Hey, what's happening, everybody? Once again, it's that time on a Sunday for the podcast recording of your favorite podcast, or at least one I hope you like, Going Full Nerd. Ooh. So let me go ahead and fade out this music, and then we can get on to doing what we kind of normally do, but we're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to be actually a little serious. It's time for me to be just a little bit serious. Just, I don't like giving out advice, but, hey, somebody's got to do it, right? So what's happening, everybody? 6 p.m., thereabout, close enough. This is what we do. Every Sunday, we record the podcast, Going Full Nerd. Let me just say that one more time. But we have to go through the shameless plug session. So the shameless plug session kind of goes like this. If you're just coming across this on YouTube Live, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to get notified, and hit this video with a thumbs up. That way it gives me a little bit warmth inside, outside of my favorite little adult beverage, that I know that people are enjoying what I do. In addition, if you can't catch the YouTube video when it's live and join in, okay? Because you could join in via live chat, or you could join in via telephone, which we'll get to that in a little bit towards the end, if people decide to kind of call in. But this is the deal. This is the deal. This is what we're going to go ahead and do, and this is the way I'm going to say it. You can check out the podcast on anchor.fm/Going Full Nerd. That is where I host the podcast. But you can also check out the podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, what else is it? Google Podcasts, or wherever you consume your favorite podcast. I think I got all that. Plus, try to check out some of the comic book related information on goingfullnerd.com. And last but not least, as is written on the bottom of the screen, follow me on Twitter, and that is at Onyx1969. Sometimes I get a little bit crazier on there than I do in here. What's up to the regular crew pops in? What's happening, Low Cuts? What's up, Thomas? Glad to see you guys jump in. Please make sure you hit the video with a thumbs up. Okay, so normally I'll try to review something, talk about it. I've been just all over the place. Just like I said, happy quarantine. Quarantine. Man, this is just like, it's driving people crazy. It's driving people batty. And your boy here, me, I mean, I'm not alone. I'm not immune to this. Though I like being at home and enjoying myself and relaxing and sipping an adult beverage every now and then. Let me move that because y'all don't need to be seeing that all the time on camera. But the thing ends up being is this. You got to think of things to better yourself. You got to think of things to kind of grow. I mean, yeah, I give you the movie reviews. I give you the TV reviews, but there's got to be more. There's got to be more. But here goes the thing. Be like, yo, how do you pay for all these damn subscription services, right? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I know some of you end up looking at these subscription services and y'all laugh a little bit. Because y'all get y'all videos and movies from alternative means. I know that. I'm not going to say I do that. I pay for the ones I like. Okay, and that stuff could get costly. What is it? $14 for the Disney Plus trio, another $15 for Netflix. Then you got Amazon Prime, which is wrapped up into the expensive ass Amazon Prime. Then if you want to get, people get, what's that, Hulu. They got the new one coming out, Peacock. They got all this Funimation, Crunchyroll for the anime, and they got all this stuff going. So how do you do it? Is your boy Onyx balling like that? No. Am I making money hand over fist? No. Does this podcast and YouTube make enough money for me to do these things? Hell no. Hell no. And hey, I got bills to pay. I got things to do. So this is, something to think. So check this out. With the offline questions, people have been asking me, yo, how do you get to watch all this stuff or even just have access to it? Okay. So if you follow me on Twitter, you may or may not randomly see me put up a few links. Now, yeah, I put up links. I put up Cash App. I put up thing, give me some money. I put in some of my Anchor.fm stuff to, you can sponsor the podcast, and some people do that. And I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. But I also put up one called Stash. And if you're not familiar with Stash, let me make you familiar. It is Stash Invest. See, I got that. All right. I ain't gonna show you the back of the card. You can see the front, but you can't see the back. All right, so check this out. When I post this link, a lot of people are like, don't spam me out. Don't do this to me, man. This is like, yo, wait, what do you mean I get a free $20? What the heck is this? Okay, it's not a scam. It is not a scam. I was leery of it in front, but it's not a scam. And I'm going to tell you about my experience over using this for the past year. This is not something I just started doing. I have messed with this over a year now. Okay. I, it's got good points and it's got bad points, but I'm going to throw this out here. Now, I'm going to let you know. I got a lot of bad habits. In case you didn't know, I got bad habits. And bad habits cost money. Okay. Bad habits cost money. All right. And you weigh the options on, do I want to keep a bad habit? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Do I want to do this? So if you think about it, some of my bad habits come a little bit at a time. I mean, that's a one time purchase and it lasts a while, couple of months. Okay. But I was like, drinking Red Bull, and I know it's not good for me. That was like $3 a can for the Red Bull. Then I was going to lunch at work, spending like $15, $10 in the drive-through. Hitting the McDonald's, hitting the Fat Five Guys, Taco Bell, doing all that stuff. Obviously unhealthy, but doing all that stuff. Going into 7-Eleven, paying $1 for my coffee, getting coffee every day, and that stuff starts to add up. And when you don't cut back on those things, it could lead to big drains on your cash. And I ain't gonna lie, your boy, it was up in my joint. It was all up in my bank account. Like, yo, buy that Red Bull, yo. I don't care how much it costs. Go buy that Red Bull. Matter of fact, go get you a coffee. Matter of fact, you want to go to Panda Express and get lunch today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you don't want the small human portion size. You don't want to get the human portion size. You want to get the big one. You want to get the big one and ball out. Yo, go to Starbucks. Get you a super, triple, quadruple frappuccino. What? And then I'm just shelling money out doing this. And then it runs away from you because then you're paying for gas. Then you're paying driving to the place. Then you're doing all this. You're doing that. Then you got to just so much money. So what I ended up doing, I said, well, number one, health wise, I had to take care of myself because Red Bull was bad for me. Okay, eating all that fast food was bad for me. So I had to cut back a little bit on the fast food. I cut back on the fast food and I cut out the Red Bull. I just started drinking coffee. And then when it came to buying coffee, I wasn't just spending the $5, $6 a week over at 7-Eleven or Starbucks or whatever buying coffee. I said, you know what? I'm going to make coffee at home. I went, spent some money, got me a big old thermos, and I took my coffee with me, saved that money. So, but here goes the thing. And I started saving the money, but you still spend money. You still spend money on junk. I mean, as you can see, I wear a whole bunch of different hats. I got hats all over the place. I got toys and junk. Some bad habits I'm not going to get rid of. I love this stuff. All right. I play video games. I want to buy video games. I want to do all this. So how can I afford to do this on my budget? I mean, I like photography. I like my cameras. I'm not good at it, but I get it. I buy my lenses. I do all my little stuff. I buy my stuff. Okay. So what and how do I do it? So when I started cutting out the unnecessary stuff, the Red Bull, I found out and cutting back on the lunches, taking my own lunch or coming home for lunch, I was finding out I was saving a hell of a lot more money. So I took that money and I said, you know what? I got to make some of that money work for me. And I wanted to do some investing. I see all these people doing investments. You hear it on the news, you hear about the stock market. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to do it. So I went ahead and I started doing micro investing through Stash. Now, there's a difference between regular investing and micro investing, and I'm going to tell you the difference. So basically, every time I had the urge to spend money on that junk food, overspend on lunch, I take what it would cost me, I put it to the side, put it in my wallet, put it in my piggy. Whoa, can't be dropping that. Put it in my piggy bank and doing all that. I said, okay. Then I took it and said, you know what? I'm going to find something I want to invest in. Now, the cool thing about Stash is this. All right. Stash is one of those things where I don't have the money to invest in big ticket companies. So I don't have the money to buy one whole share of Microsoft. I don't have the money to buy one whole share of Disney. I don't have the money to buy one whole share of Netflix. Okay. I want to be able to put $5 here, $5 there when I have it, when I can afford it, and invest in these companies and maybe get some money back. Well, here you go. Stash allowed me to do that. Now, what I started doing, and I started this actually, what was it? August of last year. I started taking $5 a month and I started putting it in different stocks and seeing how they come and how they go and watching the stuff. I'm no stock market dude. It's no way. I can't see me doing that because I used to try to do it back in the day. Back when I was in the military, I had a little extra income. I was overseas. I was in Iraq. I had money coming in tax free. I was like, yo, I'll buy shares, buy the shares of this. But a lot of the companies that I dealt with, like TD Ameritrade, through my banks and all that, they had these fees, these broker fees that were killing me. They were whooping my tail. And I was like, dang, as much money as I put in, they were taking that much money out. So, and I didn't have the liquidity to grab onto my money when I made a profit. So I couldn't just buy and sell without a penalty. Well, here goes the thing with Stash, it's a little bit easier. Okay. Give you the case in point. So I looked up. Netflix is around $400 a share. Disney's about $100 a share. This is around right now. Okay. So I started taking $5 a month and putting it towards Disney. Boom, boom, boom. And then I found a couple other things. I found some trading funds, which take a bunch of different little stocks and they make money, sort of like what retirement accounts do. I said, yo, I found one based on video games. Let me do that. Boom, 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 boom. And then I started putting money into it, putting money into it. And I was like, wait a minute, my money's getting bigger. It's getting bigger, 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 bigger. And the growth. I sold some, I bought some. I sold some, I bought some. And I was like, wait a minute, this is all right. Now your boy has roughly about a G at $5 a month. I got roughly about a G inside of this investment account and it's just gaining money. It's not guaranteed though, because what was it, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, especially with all this coronavirus stuff, all this quarantine stuff, businesses are not open, stuff took a hit, but that helped me out. Why? Because where I came in and the stuff was a little high, now the prices are down here. And with the prices being down here, I said, well, you know what? If I got some money, that BS fund, that junk fund, that Red Bull, that coffee, that money I wasn't spending on that, put into it, and it lowered what my cost per share was. So now you got a dude that's a proud owner of 6 shares of Walt Disney at $5 a month. Crazy, huh? Wild, huh? So I started upping what I put into it, and every time I got disposable cash, I just started doing it, doing it, doing it. And that's the one thing that I kind of wanted to say. It's like, yo, it's simple. All right. If you're going to take care of somebody, the first person you need to take care of is yourself. And the first person you pay out of any paycheck you get is yourself. Why did I want to do a show based on this? Why I wanted to talk about investing in using Stash. You could use anything you want. You could use Robinhood. You could go through your bank. You can even put it in a sock under your mattress. But put some money away for you out of what you get. Why do I say this? Because right now we're sitting around and we're watching the news. We're watching everything on the news, and the news is depressing. I don't even want to talk about too much stuff on the news, okay? But the thing about it is, people are talking about opening up states again, relaxing some of this stay at home, relaxing some of this social distancing because businesses are taking hard hits. Well, here goes the thing. Even though it's nowhere near enough, let's be realistic. They gave out, what's that, the stimulus money for those who do get it, 1,200 bucks. 1,200 bucks, okay? They want you to spend that. And a lot of people will go and spend it on bullshit. I'll call it, I'll say it, it is what it is. But what I will tell you is this: make that money do something important for you. I owed taxes from a couple of years back that I was paying on. They sent that money to me and the wife. We immediately took that and paid them the taxes back and was like, yo, here's your tax money. We done. Okay? There was no need for us to take that money and buy some frivolous stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff I would love. I would love to buy a bunch of statues. I would love to hook up the Mustang with a whole bunch of cool stuff on it. I would love to do that. But that isn't the smart thing to do. Okay? Now, here's the cool part. Here's the cool part. This is what I like about Stash. You can invest and it only costs you $1. $1 takes care of the fees. That's it. Most brokerage accounts cost a heck of a lot. Robinhood, I think Robinhood doesn't really do much, but you got to put so much money into Robinhood. That's crazy. It is what it is. I mean, don't worry. Yo, your boy got Robinhood too. I do that. That's my turnaround dough. That's, hey, penny stocks right there, because I could buy a stock for 64 cents, 65 cents, sell it when it hit $1, make my 15, 16 cents. Don't get it twisted. I'll do it. But this is the thing. But that's the whole thing. I want everybody to think about paying for themselves because I've something disturbed me the other day. Really, I was on Twitter, and I like reading through Twitter feeds. I like doing some stuff. Yeah, that would be cool for the studio too. I I started looking at stuff, and then I like when people follow me on Twitter. I like when people subscribe to the YouTube channel. I like when all this stuff happens. And I got somebody that followed me on Twitter, and I was getting ready to send a thank you out to say, hey, thank you. I appreciate you following me on Twitter. But then all of a sudden I got a message immediately from the person that followed me. And I'm like, okay, I don't usually get messages from people that follow me off the bat. I didn't think it was anything. Maybe it was a spam bot or something. But I went and I clicked on it. I looked at it, and I really don't dig into a lot of people's profiles when they follow. I send a thing to their username. I say, "Thank you for following. Life's good." But this one, the first words out of this person's mouth was, "Hey, can you spare a couple of dollars?" I'm like, this is how we are now. Okay, I mean, I know times is rough, but really, we just not standing on the street corner when you drive and stop at the traffic light now. We straight up hit me on the DM on social media talking about, yo, you got a couple of bucks. I'm like, I'm one. I'll post online and be like, yo, you want to donate? But I'm gonna show you what you're donating to. You donating to this production, you know. But then some people just, pop in. I'm like, yo, come on now. What do we got here? Show me something, you know. And, I know there's a lot of people out there, but there's a lot of free flowing money out there nowadays. A lot of things. And I went through this person's Twitter account and I started looking through their Twitter account because the minute you come at me and ask for something, I'm going to start looking. I'm that type of guy. So I went and I started looking. I'm like, wait a minute. Every third post was, yo, I need money for this. Yo, I need money for this. Yo, I need money for this. Yo, let me get a little money for this. All the way back to the beginning of the account. Hey, yo, I need you to pay some attention. But it is what us. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yo, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rant. I just wanted to rant a little bit today. This is almost like the old school coffee time. Except we got it's almost like a happy hour, folks. It's almost like a happy hour. And now this so I've been on Netflix. Let me go ahead and open up the phone line. If somebody decides they want to call in, it's awesome. It's great. Phone lines are open. But here goes the deal. So I've been online. I've been looking at stuff. I've been watching things. I've been like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and see what I can review, see what I can watch. But nothing's really caught my eye. I mean, I've been watching some really raunchy, crazy stuff. I mean, I've been on Netflix and I've been hitting Netflix kind of hard. And I've been watching Paradise PD on Netflix. If anybody's ever watched that, it's a cartoon. And I thought it was a kid's cartoon at first when I started watching it, but then it just devolved crazy. I'm like, oh, whew, it's wild. It's wild. And just watching it, kind of makes me go back to, like I say, it makes me feel like I'm going back to my coffee time days when I didn't have a job. I got a job. Don't get it wrong, and I got a job, and I work at it every day. Do what I got to do. I do it remotely. Go out when I need to go out. I'm a little shook. I'm a little shook. Um, with all this coronavirus stuff going on. I'm a little shook because you never know. You go out, you throw your mask on, you kind of do what you do. You come home. I feel like I'm in old school sci-fi movie. Strip down, spray the water, disinfect, and all that good stuff. And it's cool. It's cool, but it's driving people crazy. It's stuff that you got to figure out. And you know, it's one of those deals. Yeah, I know Paradise PD. The black guy kills me too on there. Hey, but hey, if somebody they got to do something with him though. Even though the female cop on Paradise PD is what really gets me. What really gets me. But but the thing about it is, this kind of makes me feel like I'm jumping back into old school, coffee time days because there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things. It gets frustrating. Days get repetitive. Days get wild. So sometimes we need a little bit to, just kind of get us off the edge, kind of get us to do other things. And, you can only do so much video games. You can only watch so much news. I mean, the news is crazy. The news is crazy. The new. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on the big topic of the news. I got to. But the thing about it is, you know, people need to watch out for themselves. People need to watch out for others. I mean, even going to the grocery store now is a trip. Standing in line outside because they can only have so many people on the inside. Oh, while you're on the inside, you got to stand so far. You got to wait till somebody comes out of the aisle or go in the aisle. Yo, it's crazy around here. It's tripping. And then you got Georgia. Georgia talking about opening it back up. Go ahead, Georgia. You go right ahead. Take that $1,200 you got in the stimulus. Okay, and you might as well put it away because it costs about what 500-600 for a cremation. I mean, I'm just saying. That's just me. It does what you do because all the stuff they talked about opening is the stuff where there's intimate physical contact. So they opening up tattoo shops, massage parlors, barber shops. I mean, hey, it is what it is. They want their money back. They want that 1,200. Get that 1,200. So it is. That's a whole separate. That's a whole separate video, low cuts. That's a whole separate video, man. I see that. That's a whole separate video. Like I said, this is about as I'm getting. Keep the liquor stores open. That's all I gotta say. We can only eat so many times a day. That's true. But hey, y'all, it is what it is. I didn't mean to get preachy. I was feeling some kind of way today to deviate from the norm. But trust me, I'm going to jump back on. I'm going to get into some videos and I'm going to start reading some comics. I'm going to start talking some stuff. And I got to do what I do. Matter of fact, just to give a little shout out, I got somebody who's got an up and coming. They're trying to start their own podcast. They want to talk to me. They wanted me to interview with them. As soon as I get the information, I'll make it available to you guys so you can go check it out. Give them a thumbs up also and all that stuff because it's all about people doing positive stuff. That's all it is. All right, everybody. That's enough of me being preachy. That's enough of me being that guy. Now, back to the main topic. If you want to go ahead and use Stash and invest in some different companies like Netflix, Amazon, stuff that you don't have the cash to buy one whole share off the bat, but you want to get paid, I got a link in the description of the YouTube video. There'll be a link in the description of the podcast episode. You could go ahead. It'll put $20 in your account if you sign up. Okay? And put your first $5 in to invest in some stock. Hey, that's my gift to you. Okay, it helps you. It also puts a little bit in my pocket. Puts a little bit on my stash. I'll keep it real. It's not a paid promotion, but you could do what you do. But anyway, everybody, I'm gonna let y'all go. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Remember, everyone, stay at home, practice social distancing. Wash your hands, wash your ass, wash your face, clean up, and remember, if you can't say anything nice about anybody, don't say it at all. Send it to me. Let me say it. And yes, I will have a video completely recorded about those last few statements made by the commander in chief. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Everybody else doing it. I gotta do it. But anyway, I'm gonna start that funky outro music. Peace, y'all, and I'm out of here.